I am energy. I am harmony. I am grateful. I am me. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, somewhere in this world. Holistic Journey here with TLA is always on a journey and will forever be on a journey with TLA. True love always. And guys, true love comes from within, and you're going to learn how to dive deeper into yourself and fall in love with you and all you do. Thank you guys for joining Holistic Journey with TLA for my season 1. Segment 4. And guys, if you've been following me, you can definitely go back on my YouTube, holistic.journey_TLA, and check out the other the segments that went with this season, so that way you can kind of follow along. But I'm going to give you a quick review of what I spoke about last week. Last week, pretty much, guys, is about DNA at your best. Having your best efforts within yourself and making that space to grow and having it so amazingly authentic and piercing through all the different turbulence that you're going to be able to come across and be able to go through and make it through strong and empowered and all those great things. All right, guys, because the road is not going to be smooth, but it can be smoother, and it's all up to you. All right, guys, so segment 3 was pretty much about journaling. How can you journal to be able to build your routine, to be able to reflect and see your patterns, to be able to see yourself and actually put down your goals and your ambitions and things such of that nature. Okay? Now, it is very important, guys, to definitely find out where you are truly and where do you want to be. And that's not in any kind of form or fashion of reflecting on someone else or what someone else think. It's about really being true to yourself and finding out for yourself where you are and where you want to be. All right. So now we got into journaling. We got into putting it down a routine and different things we're going to come across within that routine and how we can tweak things. Okay. And we can tweak things by having a vision, and setting that space, that healthy space. All right, so we're going to be detoxing mind, body, and spirit through this whole journey, guys. And this will take time, so I definitely want you guys to be comfortable and confident in yourself and be easy with yourself, be gentle with yourself, okay? And when you're getting all these things lined up visually, and start believing in what you're doing. Believe in it and do it no matter what, okay? No apologies. No apologies needed. All right, because you are who you are and you're going to grow into your best version. Okay, your greatest version is waiting for you on the other side. But right now we're going to focus on this energy right now, right here where we are. All right, so we're just talking about last week about journaling. Okay, so get your journal, guys. Build a routine for the morning, noon, and at night. We're going to be breaking those habits within that process. So that's going to help you see these things and being able to deal with them better because you're aware of them. Once you're aware, you don't want to be talking about it. You want to be about it. All right? So you want to say be about it. Get serious. Don't pacify yourself. Go for it because you deserve it. All right? Now, that's just a little piece. Like I said, go back and check it out, okay? Check out the last season. Because now we're going to talk about this. I'm sorry, not last season, the last segment. Now what we're going to talk about is this segment is going to be focusing on getting yourself prepared for this, pretty much. Preparing yourself for this breaking boundaries. Breaking habits. And that takes a lot of setting boundaries, okay? So we're going to set these boundaries and we're going to be able to thrive while we're setting these boundaries, guys. And when I say set boundaries, we have to really look at that and be serious because there are going to be people that's not going to respect that. But you have to respect yourself and respect all you do and believe in all you do and be determined. Find out why you're doing it so you won't give up. Guys, and creating a healthy space, because you don't want to try to plant a seed in some soil that is toxic and full of poisons and is choking it up and all this stuff. The plants are too close and it's just all up in their private space. That's a good analogy right there. So you put two seeds too close to each other, they're going to try to get into each other's space and just all right, and it'll choke it to death. and it will not survive. So that's what we're talking about today, guys. Setting your boundaries, creating that space you need for you holistically, not allowing any person, place, or thing to invade your space. Because there's space, guys. There's the physical space, there's the mental space, there's the emotional space, and there's a place within you that no one else should ever be. And if you see someone keep trying to knock on that door, you have to let them know that it's not for them. It is not for them. And don't feel bad when you're letting them know that it's not for them. And if they do feel bad, it's not really an issue that you got to really explain too much, because people just have to respect that. You know, there are places that within you that nobody else should go. Okay? Because that's your growing space. That's where you're going to be growing and evolving. Okay? So I definitely want you guys to get into your space, create that healthy environment, create the vibrations you need when you do come out of yourself to deal with other people, places, and things by choice. Not by demand, not by aggression, not any of those things, because your space matters. That is your space. Like right now, somebody come like too close to me, I'm like, oh, you're in my space. But there's also that mental space, so you got to be careful and identify the differences, okay? So when you're getting into that routine, guys, being consistent with that, it's going to help shift your DNA. It's going to help shift your vibration, shift your thinking, shift your way of being, okay? Because you don't want to be all full of like panic and, oh, gotta do this, I gotta do that. No, you want to be presently there, right now. Because that's all we really have, the right here, right now, okay? So find out what it is that you need holistically, all right? And move forward in that. Move forward in it and find out who, what, where is taking you in a negative direction or in a positive direction. And once you can identify those things, it will help you be able to filter through what you need and what you not need in your life. Okay? So right now, what I was speaking about last week is going to fold into this right here, because you want to cherish and protect your energy. Cherish and protecting your energy is very important. All right. So we did a mind map last week. I spoke about a mind map, and then that's through the journal and things like that. Okay. And we're going to make a list, guys. Not a bucket list. We're going to make a list right now. That list is going to allow you to have your benchmarks visually there. Where are you and where are you going? That's it. It's going to be able to be visually there. Okay? And respect your space. Clean your space. Meaning if there's any person, place, or thing that's in that space, you need to get them out. They don't belong there. Okay? Because when you share your space with someone, there is a mutual sharing. But then there's also your privacy. Okay? That's called personal intimacy. And it belongs to you and only you. And what you choose to share should be mutual. Okay? Now, so what do you want your incubator to look like? That's your space, your incubator. What do you want to look like and feel like? Think about that. What do you want your incubator to look like and feel like? Okay? Now, what results are you wanting from that incubated space? What results are you wanting from that? Identify that. And when you're identifying that, find out why you're identifying. Project a little bit out, a little bit in that moment to see who, what, where. What person, place, or thing will hinder you from getting there. Okay? And how. Identify these things. And be true to yourself. And you have to gain strength to be able to stand firm on your boundaries. Okay? We're going to set a lot of boundaries in this stage, okay? Lots of boundaries. Even with yourself. That's self-discipline, okay? We're going to set a lot of boundaries. All right? So, we have space invaders. Those people, places, or things are called space invaders. time stealers, because you don't want people to keep invading your space where it's taking all your time. Like, oh, you're busy, you're doing something, but they continue to keep trying to push and push and push and push and making themselves present. That will make you definitely be unproductive. You would not be productive in that kind of atmosphere. That you have to set boundaries, okay? And stand firm on them. Identify the people, places, and things that are trying to knock those boundaries down and not respecting it and want to come up with whatever reasons why they're doing it. It doesn't matter, because you have a reason why you're setting your boundaries. All right? Let's do that. And don't be apologetic. Just be kind. Be kind. But sometimes being kind means just letting it all go and just going back in your flow. Okay? All right, so we're going to stand firm on our boundaries, like I was saying. And making sure that we're not going to be harsh to people, but you don't want to be harsh to yourself, because guess what? If you don't set boundaries, you're going to pay for it later. Okay? You're going to pay for it later. So you might as well go ahead and deal with it right now. Don't cope with invaders. Deal with invaders. Don't cope with it. Deal with it. Okay? All right. So we're going to clean out the junk in our mind, body, and spirit. And there's so many ways you can do that. And clean out the mind, body, and spirit. The mind, guys. Mind is like regulated and enticed and stimulated with thoughts. Thoughts. What thoughts are we thinking about? What thoughts are people throwing at you? What ideas have been thrown at you all the time, like consistently? What are they? If you can identify where things are coming from and what you want and how it aligns with that, you would definitely be able to more so determine, what do I need to do with this, because it's not working for me and I already know the outcome. So if you don't know the outcome, you would definitely understand it once you go along that road a little bit more. Okay? So we definitely want to go ahead and identify those people, places, and things that are crowding your mind, your mental space. Mental space is very important. Emotional space, because it don't belong to everybody. You have a right to have your privacy. Okay? So understand that. And your physical space. We're going to clean that junk out, okay? We're going to clean it all out. Your internal space. Think about it. If you're filling your body up with a lot of junk, junk is going to come out. So we want to go ahead and detox our body. We're preparing for this journey, guys. We're on this journey. And we're about to get on a different level of this journey. So in order to get to that level, we got to take things out before we can put new things in. So we're definitely going to go ahead and detox our mind, body, and spirit. And we're going to eat healthy. We're going to think positive. We're going to put up our boundaries so it won't fill you up with a bunch of things that does not belong there, because it's evading on your personal intimacy in your own space. Okay? So we're going to definitely go ahead and set those boundaries. All right? And then your spirit, guys. You don't let people weigh on your spirit. You don't let people try to enter into a place where they don't belong in order to have you be in a position where they can now get comfortable with you, because life is not comfortable. Life is not comfortable, so it can be comfortable and you can definitely flow in it and be happy and joyful all at the same time, but you definitely have to identify these things. If not, you'll be prisoner of your own mind and you'll be a bomb ready to explode. Okay? I've been there, done that. And once you see some things happening, you got to checkmate yourself. Okay? All right. Now with the mind, guys, you can clear that out by doing a lot of meditation, affirmations, setting your alarm. Remind yourself, hey, let me meditate, let me do this, let me do that, whatever works for you. Let me journal. So many different things you can do, okay? Because your space is very detrimental to your journey, and you need your space, okay, to grow. If you don't have that space to grow, you're not going to grow. I don't care. Don't let your heart and your mind be separated. Tie them up together and make sense of your heart. Because I know there's a lot of good people out there and a lot of empaths, such as myself. And I feel the emotions and I want to help everybody. I want everybody to feel so great. But at the same time, guys, I deserve to be happy. and deserve to be in my own space when I desire, without other people's emotions overloading me, or thoughts overloading me, or ideas overloading me. That's gonna not let you be productive. Trust me, I've been there. Okay, so I'm telling you this for sure. All right, it's not something I'm thinking about. This is something I've been through, and I want to help you avoid those things, or just identify them so you can shift yourself. All right. Now, and I gave this analogy, guys, about space invaders. Okay, mental space invaders, emotional space invaders. Think about this. If someone's invading on your space too much, you would definitely break out. Just like a rash. If you eat too much of the wrong things, you would definitely break out. Same thing. You break out physically with food allergies. But if you're having a mental allergy, or a spiritual allergy, or emotional allergy, you're going to be going through some changes internally, and that would definitely shift your DNA and your energy and your vibrations within your body. So pay attention to that allergic reaction. All right. All right. So there was this guy. I got this article I read, and it's through the Scientific America article, okay? And this guy, he did a study on personal space. Okay, it's a research done from 1960s, and they said it still stands relevant to this day. Anthropologist, that's what he is. He's an anthropologist. His name is Edward Hall. He identified 4 different bubbles when it comes to space. Okay, there's 4 bubbles that are identified, and it makes a lot of sense, because energy field, when your energy comes through you, there's an aura that comes around you, and their energy field extends like 3 feet out from your body, like wherever your arms kind of go. That aura just goes around and goes around and hovers you. But the higher vibration you have, the more it expands. And the less vibration you have, you kind of put your guards are getting down. So you want to make sure that you understand that. But this anthropologist, Edward Hall, identified these 4 bubbles, and it was so on point, because I was like, oh my God, this is like energy. So it makes sense, because there's 4 spaces. If it's like a target, okay, there's the circle in the middle, and it has a ring around it, another ring around it, and another ring around it, okay? And that one in the center belongs to just you. That's pretty much what I was saying in the beginning. And that's how I feel, because when someone invades my space, I don't like it. I don't like the way it makes me feel, because it shouldn't be violated. It shouldn't be intruded, you know? That's a very intimate space. And if you want to share your intimacy on some levels, and you got to trust that person to share that intimacy with, if not, they will try to use it against you. But you got to get stronger, and if you share, be okay with someone saying it again, because it's who you are. It's not who you are, but it made you who you are on different levels, where you've grown from it, you went through it, and you came out stronger and wiser. Okay, so that's that center. He called it intimacy, okay? And he said it extends 18 inches away from the body. 18 inches away from the body, okay? And I do get that eerie feeling when someone kind of like gets a little too close. You know, my body does this squinch like by itself without me even thinking about it. And that triggers the brain, and I read about that too. I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. So there's this second bubble, and that space is for family. The people you love the most. That is for family. And you want them to be so close. You invite them in this space. It's just a natural feeling. It's not intruding. It's not, no struggle, no resistance. It's just natural. Okay? And that's that second bubble. And the third bubble is social life, this social life. So that's when you gotta fulfill these bubbles too, guys, to be healthy and balanced as well. So that's when you socialize healthy with people, and you share your social self with others, and you're just out there just enjoying yourself, you know, and sharing life with those people that you don't mind sharing with, because that's your social circle, okay? And then there's this fourth circle that you still have there, and you leave it open, and that's for public strangers, like people you meet on a daily basis through just transits of work, on projects, at wherever, you know, and you're open because you're healthy enough to be able to communicate with people that you don't know, but it's healthy, and you have those boundaries like, okay, you just met me, don't get too close. That's why I kind of feel weird when people meet you when they first time, they're like, can I have your number? Can you have my number? No, you can't have my number, you know, but you know, there's times that people do, they do share numbers sometimes. Once upon a time I did share my numbers, but like when you get this certain energy, you just feel like, nah, that's a little too close, you're violating my space. Who even said I want to give you my number? You know, that's kind of rude to ask somebody for their number unless it's business, you know, networking. That's that healthy mutual conversations right there. So being mindful of how an invader looks, okay? And create that space to grow, because you're going to be journaling, you're going to write your goals down, you're going to be excited, you're going to be growing, you're going to get to be getting to know yourself, okay? And when you're getting to know yourself even more and embracing yourself, you're definitely going to want to like share so much with people you care about. And when you share, be careful who you share with, because that's still an intimate space that you chose to share. It's very intimate, so understand those things, okay? All right, so we're gonna raise those vibrations, guys. We're gonna definitely raise those vibrations, and we're gonna help make that energy come to us and expelled out of us, that we need to, where we need to be, know where we need to be able to let these things flow naturally, okay? It's going to release out of you, it's going to come into you naturally. So definitely understand those things about yourself, and understand your weaknesses and your strengths along this journey, okay? Because you're setting boundaries. Remember, you're setting boundaries, healthy boundaries, and understanding your space, your environment, your personal space. When I say your environment, not the community you live in, I'm talking about you intimately. To grow, you need your space to grow, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and think about that and get that cleared out, bring some new things in, strengthen our abilities, okay, guys? Because this is definitely going to be a journey, okay? Now, let me see if I can pull something out really, 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 really fast. Really fast. So let's see here. All right. So this is something I was looking at earlier, and it's talking about your energy and healing, okay? So pretty much briefly, it's talking about personal space is a private, intimate and exclusive territory that nobody can invade or claim. That's what I mean when it belongs to you. No one can invade or claim your intimate space, you know? So if somebody's trying to fight you for your own intimacy, you gotta pay attention and know what to do with that, all right? The term personal space not only refers to a physical thing, it also refers to a mental space, emotional space. Someone trying to draw you out of mentally all the time and draw you out emotionally all the time. That can be very draining. And it did say you would definitely be unproductive. Your productivity is going to go down because you're allowing others to invade that. All right? So here we go. I'm going to leave this link for you guys. exploringyourmind.com. That's where this little piece right here came from. exploringyourmind.com, guys. And you want to read that because the neurologists are talking about what it does to your brain over time when you allow others to invade your space. It's going to cause stress. It's going to cause stress, guys. And if you're too stressed too much, cortisol, imbalances, all these things are going to occur, and you'll see yourself change, literally. All right? So when you see that, go ahead and get back on yourself. Claim your space back and move forward. All right, so I'm going to talk more on this later because I think this is something I need to talk about again in detail. So I would definitely be back on another segment with this topic here. And I thank you guys for joining me Holistic Journey with TLA is always on a journey. TLA, true love always. It starts from within and expresses itself outwardly. So join Holistic Journey with TLA on this journey, and you're definitely going to shift your mind, body, and spirit in the right direction that it needs to be and that it wants to be. Okay, and now I'm going to show you how to measure some things. Okay, on my next segment, we're going to bring up this topic again because I think it's very necessary. And I'm going to share something with you guys that I used, and it works, and it lets me see what I need to do on a lot of levels. Okay, thank you guys for joining me, and I hope you guys have an awesome morning, afternoon, and night somewhere in this world with Holistic Journey TLA. True love always. Thank you. Bye.